Hello and welcome. Every spring, the world celebrates Carnival, and this year I was lucky enough to spend a few days in Tenerife to experience one of the world's largest Carnival celebrations for myself. So I was invited to Tenerife by a friend who lives on the outskirts of Santa Cruz, the capital city. And a few days before the main event, she showed me how the city was preparing for the influx of partygoers.
So, this is a typical street of Carnival, okay?
The calm before the storm.
You have a public toilet. Do you imagine this? All is closed.
Yeah. As you can see, there wasn't many green spaces or culturally important buildings that weren't fenced off or protected in some way. And although the risk of criminal damage is quite low, I think the event organisers understand that when you get a large group of people drinking and a long line for the bathroom, it's better to just fence everything off.
Well, not all,
But older. If you've ever been to Santa Cruz before, you may well have seen the large shallow pool / water fountain that they have in the city centre. But when I was there, it had been drained, as for the next few nights it was going to be filled with partygoers and one of the main stages. Estamos en la agua ahora.
yeah,
Sí.
in the water.
Sí.
Bueno, sí, camina. Y como dice mi coro que sigue ahí. Escucha mi salsa buena.
Tenerife also has its own tradition of electing a carnival queen each year. The event started out as more of a beauty contest, but nowadays the real star of the show are the dresses. These things are huge, and so much so they had to be limited to a maximum height and width of around 5 meters, as so they can fit on the van for the parade. We will see the winning dress and the Carnival Queen later on in the video, but first we're heading down to the Casa de Carnaval museum to find out a bit more of the history of the event. The Casa de Carnaval is a free museum and isn't very big, but it can give you the essence of what Carnival looks like. Each year there's a different theme for the Carnival, but it doesn't really matter for most people, just as long as you win some sort of costume. As it is Carnival time, they sadly didn't have as much there as usual, but as I say, it's free to enter and well worth a look if you're interested. These are some examples of the costumes the dancers wear in the parade. And now we have some of the Carnival Queen dresses, and you can see there are different themes. Then they started to get bigger. This is closer to the modern day dresses, which we will see later on in the video. Probably the most recognisable part of the celebrations are the parades, which the locals call cabalgatas. And this year's theme was Africa, which got me a bit apprehensive as Spain doesn't have the best relationship with being culturally sensitive, but it actually went quite well. And you'll see there's a lot of dancers here, the drums, the big costumes, and for some reason a guy dressed as Michael Jackson moonwalking.
Carnival.
The cabalgata makes its way slowly through the city, and it starts at about 8 o'clock and doesn't finish until gone midnight. But that's when the real parties start. Many of the streets around the city centre have had stages constructed, and the DJs will start and play until gone 6 a.m. The place is packed. Most people bring their own booze, but there are a couple of pop-up bars around, but good luck getting anywhere close to them. The street parties run for 10 days, but we decided to go out on the second night. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. For some reason, we're going out now, not coming in. That's the Spanish way. I've got my costume on. How do I look? Let's go and get this over with. Vámonos. Sí. The shops know exactly what's going to happen here. It's coming up to 5:30 in the morning and I'm absolutely knackered, so I'm going to get to bed in a minute. Just want to say it was a really fun evening, lots of people dressing up. Good job I wasn't drinking, because I think I would have been in a much worse state than I am. I need to go to bed. I have to say, what struck me the most was that everybody, without exception, was in a costume. And there were some really clever and imaginative designs. The other thing that struck me was how safe it felt, and everybody was in a good mood. I mean, at one point my friend accidentally stood on the toes of this one girl, and as she was apologising, the girl just turned around and said, "Don't worry, it's Carnival." And I think that encapsulates the mood that was going on there, that these people had designed and planned their costumes all year, they've been looking forward to it, and nothing was going to stop them from having a good time. It was really fun. So that was my experience of Carnival in Tenerife, and I would fully recommend anybody going to visit the city itself and also during Carnival time. But I would suggest you stay in a hotel maybe slightly out of the centre, because it gets loud, it's all night, and you're not going to get any rest at all. And the public transport systems are good, and they do run all night during Carnival. Thank you so much for watching, and if you'd like to see what else I get up to in my time in Tenerife, then that will be in my next video. So subscribe so you don't miss it. Until the next one, bye bye.